Blog Talk Radio.
Oh, it's time to get real. Oh, yeah. It's a new experience. Yeah, keep your ears open for this one. You got a question for RLN? Yeah, it's time to get some answers, baby. Oh, now we getting real. Yeah, it's time to get down. Yeah, you gonna feel good now. Real good. That's what I'm talking about.
Hey everyone, welcome to Reality Spirituality. I'm your host, Rebecca Lynn Norrington, and tonight, I know I say this with every show, but today is going to be really special. I'm going to share some inside stories. Actually, just one story, and it just happened to me yesterday. But before I go on, let me welcome my audience to Reality Spirituality. I am your host, Rebecca Lynn Norrington, and what is reality spirituality? Reality spirituality is a term that I use that links our everyday life experiences to spirituality. Spirituality is an individual game. Reality spirituality is not a religion. It's an individual relationship that you have, you, my dear audience, that you have with your higher power, your universe, your God. This is a one-on-one relationship. In fact, that's the only way it's going to work, one-on-one. And so when I began my spiritual journey, at least 3 decades ago, I didn't know that I was going to be doing all this work by myself. You know, it would be nice to have someone to help, someone to a pitch hitter. Is it pinch hitter? I'm not a good baseball fan. But your relationship with the universe is unique to you. So I'm here to tell you, believe it or not, you don't have to listen to anybody, what anybody says, unless it resonates with you, unless you can feel it in your gut, unless it fits for you. Even the things that I'm saying, I'm just sharing with you what's worked for me, what hasn't worked for me, what I've discovered, and I'm sharing it with you. But your discovery, your journey is unique to you, and it can only be walked by you. Sometimes I have to say, I'm not going to use the word lonely because that's not it. Because when you have a connection to the universe, there is no such thing as being lonely. There is no such thing as being bored. I don't care if I'm going to the same job, taking the same bus, going to the same desk every single day. It's not about anything external. It is about your internal journey, your internal guide, your internal, I like to say, weather channel. And that's what reality spirituality is about, is giving you, my dear audience, suggestions on how to connect with that internal voice, your intuition, your sixth sense, your you know that there is more than just the day-to-day physical world. Let's get to today's topic. Today's topic is about trust. And let me speak for myself. Listen, I could give you a laundry list of I'm going to use the word baggage, of things that I was carrying. Fear of abandonment, trust. You better tell me the truth. Let's see, what's another one? I couldn't stand it when someone gave me their word and then they went back on it or they forgot. And jealousy. This is a good one. Revenge. Oh my goodness, if somebody messed with me, you can believe that they would get messed back. They would get messed over 1 billion times. In fact, this is a little known secret, but everybody's going to know it now. One of my boyfriends, this is at least a decade ago, he nicknamed me Boomer. And he nicknamed me Boomer because he said when I was angry, I didn't just drop a little bomb here and there. No, when I was angry, I dropped a nuclear bomb, and everything that was in my sight was destroyed. I have to say that was the truth. But what I want to say now is, working through all of those issues, issue by issue, bit by bit, and taking my time with it, because when I discover something that I need to get rid of that is not serving me anymore, because that being angry and dropping bombs, for whatever reason, that served me at that time. But right now, it just doesn't. So I'm talking about getting rid of things that don't serve you. Believe me, if you like getting angry and you like arguing and you like dropping bombs and that feels good to you, I say more power to you. Go for it. But like I said before, I don't feel comfortable. It's like there's a pea in the mattress. I can't stand any other feeling or any other position or any other state other than peace. If it's not peaceful in my internal world, I'm bothered. And hold on just a second, audience, because I'm going to have to close the studio window. Okay, good. Trust issues. I'm going to share a story. This happened to me yesterday. I'm in a relationship with a woman that I've known, over 40 years. And for the most part, I'm going to explain it like I'm trying to. We didn't really have any disagreement. We had a few disagreements, but there wasn't anything that severed the relationship. I mean, no relationship is smooth, but a couple times, but everything was always smoothed over. I mean, there weren't any months or weeks or days that either one of us did the whole manipulation, and we went into the silent treatment. That was another one of my real good ones. Oh, if I was mad at you, you got the silent treatment until you apologized to me. But anyway, I digress. So this woman and I have not, when I say not too close, because she doesn't really know me, and I have to say that I really didn't know her either until 2008. 2008. And what happened? Well, it was the beginning of the unraveling of our relationship. And when I say unraveling, I mean just tearing apart. Because quite frankly, this relationship, in my opinion, had to be torn down and broken down and torn apart, because let's say this, it had never been tested. When you're in a relationship with anyone, unless it's tested, and tested, I mean challenged, something happens that is so catastrophic that the relationship is challenged, that is the only time you are going to know someone. That is the only time you are going to really know who they are, because anybody can be happy during when times are good, but when push comes to shove and there is a challenge, that's when you discover who and what people are made of. And we had a challenge. It was a huge challenge. In fact, it was death. The death of someone we both loved dearly. But let me get to this trust issue. Well, let me get to the incident, and I want to explain that. What happened, I made a few decisions that this woman didn't agree with. And the decisions that I made affected her life. Now, looking back on it, if I could change it, I wouldn't have stuck my nose into anybody else's business. But we all know that everything happens for a reason, and there are no mistakes. The universe does not make mistakes. And this unraveling of our relationship had to happen because I saw some things and experienced some things about this woman that, quite frankly, I was shocked. I saw her differently, as she saw me differently. Now, cut to yesterday. I often talk with her on the phone, and we had a conversation yesterday. And what I wanted to say was that, well, you know what? I'm going to let you know about it right after the break. We are going to take a quick 30-second break, and I see I have a caller, and I'm going to go right to the call as soon as the break is over. You're listening to Reality Spirituality. This is Rebecca Lynn Norrington.
Yeah. Oh, it's time to get real. Oh, yeah. It's a new experience. Reality, spirituality. Yeah, keep your ears open for this one, man. Reality, spirituality. You got a question for RLN? Reality, spirituality. Yeah, it's time to get some answers, baby.
And we're back. Welcome. You're listening to Reality Spirituality. This is Rebecca Lynn Norrington, and I'm going to go right to the caller. Hello, you're on the air.
Hello.
Hello. Welcome.
Yes,
Welcome to Reality Spirituality.
Yes, ma'am. I was just listening. I didn't have any questions or anything.
Okay.
My first time, listening to you. I was just perusing. I just was looking at your title, Reality, Spirituality, Trust Issues. I was just wanting to listen to see what you were saying on this evening.
Okay, good. I'm glad you're listening. And listen, as long as you like, I'm going to go right back to my story then if you don't have any questions, if that's okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good, good. And what is your name, please?
My name is Sarah.
Sarah, thank you so
Yes.
much. Welcome, Sarah. And you're ready for the second part of the story?
Yes, I am.
Okay, here we go. All right. I'm so glad Sarah's listening. And I want to thank all of my audience for listening and also for your emails. Now, when I say that that this woman and I had a disagreement, that's putting it mildly. Basically, this was in 2008, and the year after, we went for probably about a year not speaking. And well, actually, I tried to speak, but she wasn't willing to speak with me because she was hurt by some decisions that I made, and she's told me over the years that she can't trust me because of the decisions that I thought that I made for her betterment. She can't trust me, and I have to say that hurt. It hurt a lot. And yesterday I was on the phone. Oh, by the way, since then we have been speaking, and we speak regularly, maybe about once a week, sometimes a couple of times a week. She's an elderly woman, and I love her. I have to say I love her, regardless of the fact whether she can trust me or not. This is her story. If she was telling the story, she would say that she can't trust me. And so yesterday I was on the phone with her, and I said, oh, by the way, just because we talk on the phone, I'm not welcome in her home. She doesn't live in the same state as I do, but she has told me that I am not welcome in her home. And I have to say that it kind of bothers me. I mean, I tell this woman I love her. If she needs anything, I mail it to her, I send it to her, I listen to her, and anyway, so she doesn't trust me. And yesterday, for whatever reason, I told her, I said, it still hurts me that I'm not welcome in your home. You can talk to me on the phone, you can tell me you love me, but why am I not still welcome? And she says, I don't trust you. I don't feel safe around you. And I have to say that the decisions that I made, the things that I did, that she can't trust me, I thought she was putting her life in jeopardy, and I thought she was putting another person's life in jeopardy. So I made some drastic moves. I will admit that, and I made some moves without discussing them with her. And so she says she can't trust me. And I have to say that it bothered me. It bothered me, and when I got off the phone, I cried. How can a woman that I would do anything for can't trust me and doesn't feel safe around me? Well, I started writing something down about trust. And this is what I wrote yesterday. If you have trust issues, and again, this is my opinion, but if it resonates with you, you can if it resonates with you, I'm happy, and if it doesn't resonate, that's okay too. But if you have trust issues, it's never about the person that you don't trust. If you have abandonment issues, if you have anger issues. It's never about the other people. It's always about the person in the mirror. Let me explain. Because I was feeling pretty bad. She doesn't trust me. Oh. But I had to really think about it, because I've had issues, irritation, aggravation, anger issues, revenge. I've had all of those things with people, and I always thought that they were the cause. That they were the cause of my feelings. They caused me to be pissed off. They caused me not to trust them. No. I realized that whatever issues you have, whatever issues I had, say trust. I have to find somebody that I can mistrust just to validate my baggage, if you will. I was thinking about this woman, and I know that she was raised in a large family, and I have to say I know that she was molested, and I know that she was treated really bad. There were brothers in the home, there were sisters, and she was one of the a litter of puppies, the smallest puppy and the weakest puppy. That's who she was. And so she grew up not feeling safe, and she grew up in a world that she couldn't trust. Because if I had told her, if I said, you know what? Because it's not just me that she doesn't trust. Somebody's always trying to pull a scam, or she's very mistrustful as a person. And when I started thinking about that, I began to have more compassion for her. I don't know how it feels to grow up not being able to trust your own mother and father to keep you safe. None of us knows what anybody else is going through, or what anybody else has experienced. That's why I say we are as different as our fingerprints. And the biggest thing I want to say is her trust issues really have nothing to do with me. I was taking her statements really personally. And any time someone, I don't know, speaks bad of you, or is in a bad mood, or crosses your path, whatever it is, cuts you off in traffic, if you take it personally, then yeah, you're going to get pissed off. You will be pissed off. But we don't know why people cut you off in traffic. I have to say it's not personal. And this woman not trusting me and not wanting me in her home, I was trying to make it personal because I've known her for over 40 years. I was trying to make, it's just me. But it's not. And when I realized that it's not me, and that I am not going to take it personally, guess what? I started feeling better. And that's what this show is about, quite frankly. This show is about your internal feelings, your foundation. What moves you? We are all energy, And with that said, we all vibrate at a certain level. And the higher you vibrate, the better you're going to feel. Thinking about that and knowing that, that has been I have to say that's been my commitment for as long as I can remember. When I made a wish on my birthday or threw money into a wishing well, I would only wish for two things: to live to my potential and be happy. And I want to say that living to my potential, my definition of it is to be connected to this higher source, to the universe, to God, to this source energy that is more powerful than anything. And when you are and when you do live connected, you are going to feel great. I don't care what happens to you. Death, financial problems, house, husband, wife problems, children problems, health. That's what this show, Reality Spirituality, is about: living connected and understanding others and understanding that these people are on their own journey, and these people have their own, I was going to say cross to bear. I don't want to say cross to bear because that sounds heavy. Let me say it like this: they have their own things to discover about themselves. And when I thought about this woman and not being comfortable trusting me, she's not comfortable trusting anything or anyone. And feeling afraid for her and untrusting is normal. Feeling afraid, I mean, I could understand that as a young child, and you weren't protected. I can understand not being trusting and not having that as part of your armor. So quite frankly, I have to say that I'm just going to love her even more. And I'm just going to embrace her even more. And I'm not going to let whatever she says affect my feelings, because, you know, quite frankly, I could easily not speak to her, but that's not going to feel good in my soul. So I'm glad you listened to today's show, and hopefully you will be back. Reality Spirituality is on 3 times a week: Monday, Friday, and Sunday. And you can call in with any question or any comment. I am the Dear Abby of the spiritual world, and what I really love to do is assist others with whatever issues they're going through. But again, you're listening to Reality Spirituality, and this is Rebecca Lynn Norrington. Thank you for listening. Talk to you on Friday.
Yeah. Oh, it's time to get real. Oh, yeah. It's the new open for this one, man.
Spirituality.
You got a question for RLN?
Reality. Spirituality.
Yeah, it's time to get some